Hey guys, welcome back to day 17 of 365 days challenge, and today objective: understand what truly drives price movement, not just chart. We're gonna do study session 60-minute topic: what moves the market, liquidity, orders stop, USD strength versus weakness, news, CPI, NFP or interest rate, global event, war or uncertainty, correlation, gold, silver, DXY. Key understanding: price moves to take liquidity. Fundamental create direction. Smart money use both. We later gonna do chart practice. Compare gold versus USD. Mark liquidity before moves and observe reaction after news. And we're gonna do mindset talk. Let's go, guys. So by the way, guys, I was not able to post video for 3 to 5 6 days because a lot of things. I have to go to school, a lot of exams, and my father has a shop, and I have to help him in his shop weekend. So I don't have time to make videos. I try my best, but at back I'm still learning. I'm learning AOX method to do more deeply, and I have been practicing a trading view demo account, and I will show you guys later what kind of result I did in trading view demo account. And that's it, guys. Let's go. So guys, here we are trading in the zone. I mean trading view. So let me give you the view. 30 minutes. 1 hour 60 minutes. So here is the view. What happened was, before because of Trump war and information, like because of war, whole of this drop happened. This is because of war here, and market was in this range for a long time. And just here, even if we see in the higher time frame, market is not doing anything. It's just little bit upward direction, and we saw in April, because of war, like stopping or suddenly a peace deal or whatever thing, the people become uncertain or certain, and by the way, big company are buying Bitcoin, people are selling, and that's why market has been going up down, like up, creating liquidity, again down, tapping liquidity, down, up, up, and again down, sweeping whole the liquidity, again up, sweeping whole liquidity. Market has been like that. And from my point of view, since we can see in this pearl channel liquidity, I can see that market, whenever it goes up, it tends to go down. For example, if it did 100% move from this bottom, always it comes to take these lows, and it does, like market always does this. For example, market went from up here. What's the 50% here? We got this, we got this bunch of liquid here, and maybe we can think that this price here, parallel channel, can break, and it can take support at here, this zone. So what my take profit is at the bottom of this, because there is huge liquidity here instead of here. How did I know that there is huge liquidity here? And by the way, guys, let me show you my account. Okay, so here we are, guys. This is my account, paper trading, demo trading, and we did bunch of trade from 100,000 account to $287,000 account. I did a bunch of aggressive trading and bunch of were so good trade. For example, I had huge profit on gold, but let me put in English. A balance history. For example, this hit my stop loss. This also hit my stop loss. This was like quick scalp. This was also quick scalp. No, this was like long. But you can see like I had bunch of, all there is always gonna be lose rather than profit. And here we can see perfectly. And to know where is the liquidity, I use this CoinGlass Legend. Like you can sign your account, guys, and you have to put these three indicator: footprint chart, liquidity heat map, hyperliquid liquidation map. Hyperliquidation is, like basically there is an app called Hyperliquid where people trade decentralized, like nobody can track them, but they can track their wallet, but nobody can track them. They are anonymous people. So yeah, we can see her. You're basically telling us where the massive liquidity is. If this line, the red line you are seeing, it's all the hyper liquid position. Like this is buy position, like buy liquidity and sell liquidity. And since we can see that sell liquidation is much more than buy, and because of war, it going above 100 is impossible. So it can't go above 80, 82, 81, because war is huge downtrend for the market. And we can see that there is a lot of selling going on. And if you go, like for example, I'm at 1 hour time frame. Let me see this. I have both on. Go 30-minute time frame. Yeah, yeah, look at these numbers. There are like hidden buyers, like whole of this candle are so big, like 100514. This one doji, the 72. And like we can see that market is gaining all these hidden sellers. So what we can expect from it, that market is gonna crash, because we have all these hidden seller, like hidden seller. In even in the chart time frame, it's showing that there is a huge liquidity here. 75,000. We can see different form of liquidity here. Like the best liquidity is here, a downward uptrend. We got no liquidity, no important liquidity. So this is like most of time, like I use this CoinGlass to take bunch of trade, like gold, like I saw Chow USD for example, and it's always works because you can see it more deeply, like what kind of order they're trying to play, and it's got deep history. And that's it, bro. Like you got a bunch of things here. That's it, guys. And I took this trade because if I go to like higher time frame, like 1 hour time frame, market has already went too high, like all this pump, there is no correction, there is no down trade and nothing. And we can see all this, whenever market does straight moves, always the correction happens. It takes 80 to 90%. Maybe I did put it high. I need to put it here. If I go to like much more higher time frame, like for example daily time frame, there is no, like this is just minor upward move. We got here huge Let's move with movers. We got here huge resistance. Because why? Market already went down, came, it dumped, and it went up. It took all the liquidity here. Market is right now trading at this part, and with everything I know, that is creating a high here, and it already created low. Is all this whole movement, it already took the liquidity from here, and since here we have the great resistance, and for example the war is still going and all the outer information is bearish, so we can expect the market to go down, to take retest at this top, or we can expect it to take this liquidity, and this liquidity, falling way down here, like 50,000. Possible scenario for Bitcoin is here, because every time Bitcoin always like bull cycle happens, it does double than previous. Like for example in 2021, a bullish momentum, it did 61k, 64, 65k, something around that, and it went down again 19k, 18k. It went, and from 18k to 124, 25, 26k, and from 126k to the absolute bottom was 61, 62, 63k. And since we are already halfway down, it may, since Y is not stopping and everything is bearish, it may can come down, sweeping this liquidity and creating like a consolidation phase here. This is gonna be maximum floor that Bitcoin gonna create. Possible zone is here, like this, like all the week will get filled, you know. Look at this, this got filled again up, and same move is happening here also. It's trying to go up and it will fall like crazy, like here. Possible, maybe it can go down in possible next year or somewhere around. My point of view is it will like sweep this, consolidate, and we may see after the wars movement toward 100k and much more above. But now my market is bearish rather than bullish. That's it, guys. My point of view for Bitcoin. Even if I did, like, I am tired, you know, like I didn't sleep too much, and making video is difficult for me because I have to go to school, exam, bunch of things, so I can only make fast video. Yeah, you guys may be thinking like, what the fuck is my stop loss is way more than my take profit, like I'm making huge risk to reward. But you know, like, market has been bullish, but maybe I can put here, yeah, rather than there. I can just put here below this, like above this week, so even if this gets filled, I have nothing to worry, you know. Trading is game of psychology, but if my mind is not fresh and good, I will be cooked by the market. And let's see the news. Dollar is strengthened as Iran war keeps central banks on standby. Gary Skill claims that Bitcoin price has bottomed out and sees early sign of a bull market. Bitcoin bull score index returned to 50. Neutrality or a sign of change. We're gonna see a bunch of news. Now let's see. Bitcoin prediction up to 1 million by 2023. Yeah, Bitcoin can go to 1 million for sure, because in the next bull run all the Bitcoin will be mined probably, and lot of country are adopting Bitcoin cryptocurrency payment, and they are, like, for example, bunch of country are trying to make Bitcoin as their safe reserve rather than dollar, because dollar is losing its value and its strength over year and years. And even, like, the only biggest biggest scary thing about Bitcoin is that it's traceable. Like, whatever kind of transaction you do, it can be traced through Bitcoin, like address and bunch of things. So maybe if someone can create us, like, a kind of, like, a system where we, like, for example, we have to buy necessary thing, and what we can do is we use that application to send the Bitcoin, and that's transaction is untraceable. Like, they don't know which address sent or nothing. Maybe if someone can build this kind of application where they can bridge the crypto to this black hole kind of system, no one can know who sent that or nothing. They know that there exists this wallet, but they don't know who sent it. Like, there has to be this kind of bridge for Bitcoin to be 1 million. Like, Bitcoin biggest problem is that it's traceable. Like if that person will, maybe if he has bunch of Bitcoin but he doesn't spend that, he will not be traced. But if he tries to, like, pay somewhere or do some kind of form of way to, like, convert that Bitcoin into money, it's so traceable. Like, and we got bunch of people who are caught like this, so it's difficult to what to say right now. I was able to make $170,000, like, like, you guys will never understand. Like, I took Bitcoin lows. Like, I think my best trade were in Chow USD, where yesterday it did that whole dump, like $100 worth of dump. That was great. Like, I was seeing some YouTube channel, like, instead of selling, they were saying buying, and market was going dump, and when market stopped at certain point, and it created this a parallel channel, like a channel where market is rather, like, market is neutral, like both buyer and seller pressure is there, and it's moving in this parallel channel, known as like, how do you say, known as like, how do you say this bubble, bro? Like, distribution, no, like, accumulation. Like, when the market was accumulation zone, accumulating in this parallel channel, like, this is BTC chart, but same happened in gold. Market was creating this parallel channel, and I can see, like, easily that there was bunch of weak. Market was trying to go up, but it couldn't go up because, let me go to gold chart rather than BTC. Yeah, this was what I was talking about. Like, this is gold chart in CoinGlass Legend. For example, what I was saying was, like, this was basically where I put trade. I was seeing that, let me change the color. Yeah, I was seeing bunch of, like, upward, like market was going up, but there was huge pressure, and it was creating huge week, and I went to CoinGlass Legend. This is where the magic happened. I looked in the liquidity map, and on the volume map, I see that rather than more buying liquidity upward, there were more liquidity in the down, in the sell side liquidity, and there were a lot of orders in sell side. So market does something that we all know: wherever there is more liquidity, market moves toward it. So what I did, I put sell order my stop loss at these highs, and that's it. Waited, boom, whole crash, consolidates again market, and here I took my trade out because I saw that it took this lows, and I waited again because whenever market drops like this, it does 50%, and I put buy order. It went up, and I took out my trade again. I put my stop loss. I put my stop loss at these highs and sell here. Boom! It went down. Boom! Went this low. No, I didn't go that much. Like, this was my stop loss. Stop loss. Here I put sell order. It went down here. I took off the trade, and it started to consolidate. This time I was sleeping, I see there are bunch of sell liquidity. Again, there are bunch of sell liquidity down. And what I see when I wake up, huge gap up in lower time frame. Market sell fast. It grabbed all the available liquidity. There were no more liquidity down. There were much more liquidity upward. Instant recovery and reversal. It went up. It cleared all the liquidity here. Market went up, and here it tapped again liquidity. There are a bunch of liquidity here. It tapped like when I go to like here. Like, I can see, for example, simply by looking at this chart, that I can see that market was like market did all this. Market went like again, like huge crash, like go up, choppy movement, and it tapped this liquidity zone, this vortex of liquidity. Again, it tried to tap, and triple tap failed. It did all this tap, and it couldn't go past this zone. That's mean the buyer were losing their pressure, and they didn't have more pressure. So what I see, I waited for market to consolidate, knowing that there is no movement. And here I came, I put trade here, my stop loss at these highs, and boom, what market does? It goes down. It break this support zone, sweep the liquidity from this low, goes up again, couldn't go more up because it was consolidating at this point, goes down, creates change of character, basically meaning a bearish movement. And right now it's going down, and I can clearly see here that there is huge liquidity downward. Like, you can look at this at 715 liquidity, 678 liquidity at this double week SMT failed. We got liquidity here also. So right now my point of view is that market will go down. Right now, since I traded so many times on gold, I can say that it's creating this bubble, and it will crash fast. When it crashes this zone, it will crash fast. It will crash so fast, it will go down fast. Boom, you're gonna see this sweep. I swear to God, whenever market go, it's in this small bubble, huge kind of time frame. That means that there is gonna be like huge drop. How we know huge drop? Like, we can basically go see like what we have right now. A lot of buyer, but a lot of seller also. 400, 300, lot more seller than buyer, but there is still hidden buyer here, so we can expect sell rather than buy. This is perfectly sell. So that's how, guys, we took trade, bunch of trade in this market. And like 5-minute time frame, look at this. PTC is going at 78. I short at 79,400. It's going to 776,000. Like, bro, like, what? Just with this method, looking at the chart, doing the strategy, looking at the bearish or bullish time frame, and knowing which time frame we are in, 5-minute, 10-minute, and 15-minute, and going to coin glass and seeing if there is a really liquidity down there, and how each traders are putting their, how aggressive are each trader on different candle. Basically, with this thing, I was making a lot of demo money in this account. Like, it gave me huge belief, and I also got this daily trading mindset, like from Trading in the Zone book. 5 fundamental truth: accept without reservation. First, anything can happen. Second, I don't need to know what will happen next to make money. 3, there is a random distribution between wins and losses. 4, my agents play out over a series of trade, not one trade. 5, every moment in the market is unique. And another 7 rules of discipline I have: follow my system only, structure plus liquidity plus entry model. Second, never force trade, no setup, no trade. Third, accept losses without emotion reaction. 4, think in probabilities, not certainty. 5, execute without hesitation when setup is valid. 6, stay consistent regardless of outcomes. 7, focus on process, not profit. And execution mindset: I'm not here to predict, I'm here to execute. I don't chase trade, I wait for my setup. 3, I stay calm, patient, and disciplined at all the time. 4, one trade does not define me, I think in sample sizes. And last message: I trust my edge, I follow my rules, and I stay disciplined. These are all the rules from Trading in the Zone book that we learned. This was the thing Mark Douglas said for us to write in a notebook and to read whenever we are doing trading. And that's it, guys. And hope you liked today's video, guys. That's for today. Maybe we didn't learn anything, but I just gave you today a review of what happened, and that's it. I'm so tired right now, like this past day I have been sleeping so late because of I got all this kind of different problem in my life, but I don't care. I'm still so obsessed with trading. I'm dreaming all these kind of different patterns, chart patterns, what market is gonna do. Look at this. Just with simple thing, I knew it's getting so simple, but I know that I should never underestimate market, because when you think market is within your control, it will fuck you up, just as we learned in Trading in the Zone book by Mark Douglas. And look at this chart candle. Like there is there is a technique called head and head, shoulder. If this creates shoulder drop, there will be huge drop, huge drop. If you guys see today BTC crashing, you know that I already predicted it. I have already took my trade at much more early and even thought I am profit at 21. Okay, let's see. And guys, that's for today. I'm so fucking tired, bro. We did study session. I mean, we didn't do. I did say liquidity stops. I still have left USD strength and weakness. Like for example, there is this concept when USD has more strength than gold. Gold will trade bearish, and if gold is more strong than USD, like a dollar strength, gold will perform more bullish than ever. But if both are neutral, like US strength is 50% and gold strength is 50%, they will both move in like accumulation way or neutral, no bullish nor bearish. And we're gonna learn in future like about news trading like CPI, NFP or interest rate. I will never trade on news because it's uncertainty and some people make money, but like it's high risk, high reward. But we have to learn when we are entering the trading because like this is what affects our setup, like even we are if we are doing normal trading, like our setup is aligned and everything, there is just simple news or NFP or interest rate or CPI that it can fuck your whole setup, so we all should learn about news, what impact does in whichever situation, so we can always be prepared, or we should look like if there is any news or not. Most people look news like this, like they go here and you can search like forex factory, and here it shows you like what kind of news there is. News, like for example, we have bunch of news like Trump Iran talks possible as soon as Friday. Trump tells the post second round of talk possible as soon as Friday as Iran is going to come up with unified plan. Good news over second round of talk between US and Iran. And we got here a bunch of news for JPY, Euro, USD. This all can affect, For example, let's go. We have crypto calendar also. Like, look at this. This is what affects crypto calendar. Like we got a bunch of coins. Like, look at this, guys. Like we got a bunch of this is where you guys can look at the news and global event. It's way easy for you. Like, look at this. Like I have one trick for you guys. Like if you want to what I use cloud AI. Like I talk with cloud AI and say if I want to trade today and look through everything, what kind of news we had a previous day or upcoming news or today news and everything, like important news such as high profile people talk in Twitter or Donald Trump tweets, Elon Musk tweet, what's happening on Middle East, and about what or everything, how the gold strength, USD strength, silver strength, everything. So it gives me map out everything. I don't have to research or waste my time knowing everything. AI already helps me understand it. You guys can use AI for this kind of thing. Like AI, we should not use AI to trade. We should use AI to our advantage to know information way more faster than back in the day that we used to go each of us in factory, like forex factory, everywhere we used to go and see like different kind of like forecasts, everything. This usually takes a lot of time, so rather than going in this kind of thing, we just go to cloud and type and search everything. That's it. And today we did chart practice, everything, mindset session, guys. Thank you for today, guys. I will try to post more video as fast as possible. See you guys on day 18.